Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Christy Edwards, owner of Sage House Apothecary. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a sound healer, crystal healer, intuitive healer, and herbalist. I've been really good at keeping, actually, I'm gonna do this side first, at keeping with my commitment to record once a week. This is my fourth week, and this was actually the last day of my accountability group. I shouldn't say last day, but this was our last September. So I feel like I really must follow through and end the month off with a bang and staying consistent. And so I'm recording, and I have to retwist my locks. So I decided to just talk while I'm recording. Otherwise, I don't think it's gonna get done. And you'll have to excuse my eyes. The shampoo that I used, I think it irritated my eyes, and my eyes are already dry. So I have a tendency to rub them. So I rubbed them, of course, before I recorded. And now they're super itchy, but I'm not gonna touch them. I'm drinking some tea, which I'm hoping will help, so we'll see. But, yeah, so today was the last day of our all-in for September. I polled the women and asked if they would like for us to continue meeting weekly, and they said that they did, so I guess we're gonna continue this on a weekly basis and see where it goes. But today was a good day. And if you hear any music in the background, I do not own the rights. I do not own the rights of the music. But yeah, today was a good day to close out. I mean, a lot of rose water. I need to make some more soon, but you know, so I'm still trying to figure out what the group is, and I don't think it's for me to figure out. I think it's just forming organically, and so I've been just going with the flow of things and allowing discussions to take place, and if I'm feeling guided to do something, I'll do it. But one of the women was also one of my Reiki students. Love her. She basically explained like the type of group that it is in such a really great way. I'm like, please say that again so I can record it. I didn't, and she didn't, but it's less of an accountability group, and it's more of like a woman's circle, but with intention. So we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about, oh my gosh, like things that we go through as Black women, and like the expectations that are set for us, and even expectations that maybe society has placed on us that we don't necessarily want to carry anymore. So it's been interesting. And I know the way that I twist my locks is interesting. I actually, several years ago, when I was looking to lock my hair, I was doing a lot of research because that's what I do. And I found a woman who was sharing how she retwists her hair. Because I think number one, I was like, okay, so what if something happens and I have to do my hair on my own? Like, will I be able to? And so she did this method instead of the clips, and I kept telling myself, I'm gonna do it for my next retwist, but I keep forgetting to get clips. So what she does is she just sticks her twist in a sports bra. So that's what I do, and it works. But So the women today, they basically like shared, so we went over, like we kind of, um. I can't tell you why I cannot think right now. But we basically like went over the month, like what did you want to do? And what did you end up doing while we were here? And last week, we ended up having a working session where some of the goals that we said that we wanted to accomplish, we used that time to work on them. So for instance, one of my goals was to use time, or to make sure that I'm making time to work on my book. So that was how I used the time. I was writing as we were on camera. Some people had their cameras off because, maybe they're outside or something, but, um, so yeah, I use that time to write, but yeah, so we went over, so how did you accomplish, or what did you accomplish for the month? How can you be supported? What would you like to start thinking of if you don't know, but what would you like to work on for next month? And again, like how the group can support you in that. So we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about spirituality. And I'm happy that we are, because a large piece of my work is in spirituality. And spirituality impacts so much of who we are, how we show up, the work we do. So since the group met, just based on, from the conversations that we had, there were some things that I was holding on to that I was not taking care of. I was not speaking up for myself. I was not feeling empowered. I was not showing up as my authentic self, and it was eating me up. And I had to stop it. And so I made the decision to not do it anymore. And so I had to make the choice. And I made the choice, which was a hard choice, and it was a choice that I've been sitting on for some time, years. But I finally made it, and I feel so much better. And I attribute the courage that I had to make that decision. I attribute that to the group, the support of the group, the encouragement of the group. Um, because it's interesting, because when you start sharing things, you realize, you know what, I'm not the only person that's also dealing with this. And you'll hear how other people are dealing with things, and when you see them step up and stand up for themselves, you're like, man, I can do the same. So that's what I did. But this month was actually very productive for me. Working out was on my schedule, of course, or on my list of things to do for this month, but that wasn't a major focus. Major focus was my book. So I have like 2 to 3 more chapters left, which was good. I mean, it got me right. It got me back into working on it, because things come up, and then that's like the period of time that if I need to sacrifice, I can sacrifice. So, but I, made progress with my book. I developed a new product, which I'm testing out for a little bit before I launch it. I um I was sitting on this thing for my business for a long time, and I finally took care of that. I had been sitting on that for like a year and a half, not doing it, and I had to do it. And finally did that, which was huge. Again, that's being accountable, showing up for yourself. And so I did. So that's one huge task lifted off of my plate for now. But that was big, because I just did not have the desire to do it. I just didn't want to do it. I'll be honest, I did not want to do it. And I know me, so if I am working with a group or I have to report to a group on what I'm doing, I want to make sure that it gets done. I also enrolled in a business class because I'm finally just at a point where I'm tired I'm tired of running from stuff. I'm tired of things just, I'm tired of me, to be honest. I'm tired of me expecting things to change when I'm not changing, so. Child, let me change so that I can take care of this stuff. And so for the things that I want to happen will start happening. Otherwise, it makes no sense for me to keep complaining about it if I'm not taking the action. So I've been taking more action, which has been good. But yeah. So they want to continue meeting. We will meet every Sunday. We meet every Sunday, 10 a.m. Although next Sunday I'm traveling for work, so I think we're gonna try to meet later, which will be I think noon Chicago time, 10 o'clock San Fran time. Yeah, because I land at 10. Um, either noon or 2, but the group, they still wanna meet, to stay consistent, which I understand. So, but yeah, we're meeting every Sunday, 10 o'clock. And we'll see what this morphs into. We'll see how this grows. I'm not itching them, but they're feeling better. They probably still look the same. This one is really red. And I'm happy. I'm happy that people are finding value in it. I'm happy that, people are wanting to come together. I should say, not people, but women are wanting to come together and create a, be a part of a tribe. Because we can't do things on our own. And I think that's another thing that I'm realizing too. I mean, you can. I don't want to do things alone. I'm sure a lot of you out there don't want to do things alone. So that's why the group was so helpful. Um, but yeah, I will say one thing that I really learned from the group is it doesn't matter how hard, not how hard, it doesn't matter how intentional you are with manifesting and shifting things in your life. If you are not taking action towards things that you consider to be challenging or an area of weakness for you, if you are not taking action towards that, you're not going to be able to invite things into your life. That's one of the things that I realized. Because I was wondering why I was feeling so stagnant. Like I just felt like things weren't moving. I felt like I wasn't moving. And I wasn't, because I was not making certain choices. I wasn't making the right choices. I wasn't speaking up. I wasn't, I was not showing up as my authentic self in certain situations, which affected my energy, which then I feel um made things stagnant that I wanted to bring into my life. It slowed things down because I had this stuff that I wasn't dealing with and I wasn't wanting to come face to face with. And so once I did that, it's really interesting. It's like the energy shifted and things started to flow. Like it's like the faucet was on, it's really interesting. So that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned in this group this last month. If you really want, now I want to cuss, but I also don't want, I'm not at a point yet where I can do that. But yeah, if you want, or if you say you want something in your life, like, you know what, I want to become an author. And you're saying this, but you're not allowing yourself to be a clean vessel or clear vessel in which the information can flow through. It's going to be difficult. And so that's kind of how I felt, it's like not a writer's block, but a self-advocacy block. And once I dealt with that, things got better, like instantly, and just truly, things got better. So that might be something for you all to consider. And all of this stuff is tied to healing and trauma, and some of this also caused me to recall on some things when I was in high school, and so now I'm kind of dealing with that wound. Because it hasn't fully healed. So, hey, life will keep you busy. This healing process, which is why a lot of people aren't doing it, because it is a never-ending story. But it's a never-ending beautiful story, I will tell you. Yes, there are some lows, but there are some amazing highs. And once you realize that it's kind of cyclical, when something challenging comes your way, buckle up your seat, because it's gonna be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but once you get to that destination, it's gonna be so worth it. And so that's one of the things, like every time I go through a test, I'm like, okay, let me just hunker down. Most cases go MIA. But yeah, it's been interesting, like as you continue to evolve and grow in this process, you're like, "Yeah, here we go. I'm about to go through it." But man, once the upswing comes, I'm about to ride that wave. Because those upswings are amazing. But it's all for our betterment, we learn from it if we choose to. And that's also a big lesson too. Like, we have to choose to learn from the lessons we have been dealt, which is why I'm writing this book. And it's about the stuff that I went through when I was younger and as an adult, which all of that stuff got me here. So I'm sharing that story, very, very transparent. And I don't want to throw people under the bus. So I've changed names so that people can't be identified. Although if you've known me long enough, people could probably figure things out. But my intention is not to throw anybody under the bus. My intention is to get my story out and I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at this lot. My intention is to get my story out and hopefully help others that might be going through something similar, and show them that there is a way out, that healing is possible, that there's light on the other side of the tunnel. And once you get out of that darkness, the light is so bright. It's amazing. So that's what the book is about. And that's another reason why I started YouTube, so I can just get in the habit of talking, because this stuff is uncomfortable for me. It really is. And, but I want to get used to it. And I don't know if I shared it on here, but I made this bet with myself that if something, this is when I turned 30. It's a while ago. But I said, like, when I turn 30, if something scares me, I need to face it. Because I hate feeling afraid. I hate feeling like I don't have control. I hate feeling, when I say control over my emotions or my fear. But so yeah, if it scares me, I got to do it. So with that challenge to myself, I've gone skydiving, jumped out of a plane, 13,500 feet in the air. I don't know if I would do it again, but I might. Like, if I knew for sure, like, nothing will happen. But my tandem instructor, he was very cute. He's the reason why I jumped. because he was so fine. Oh, he was fine. I saw pictures of him too. He was good looking. But yeah, so jumped out of a plane, jumped jumped into a waterfall in Belize. I was so deathly afraid. Because my swimming is not like it used to be, because I am a survivor and a thriver of domestic violence, and my shoulder, the shoulder is separated. So you can't see it. Well, there you see the bone pops out. It's not supposed to do that, so there's no tendon there. So, yeah, that's one of my daily reminders. Okay, so now that I have this group over here, I'm going to twist them all. But yeah, so the book that I'm working on. I'm hoping it's still have some time. I mean, it's still whiles away from me finishing, but I have two or three more chapters left. I need to get my cover artwork together. I'm trying to work with my son to get that done. Hopefully he will do it. Then I have to have it edited. I have to have an editor go through it, read it, check for typos, sentence structure. And then, I want to publish it. So it has been a book that I've been working on for a long time. I think the first three, no, I think this is the third time I'm working on it. First time I lost it, my computer died. I lost like 5-6 chapters. And then, hold on. Yeah, I lost like 5-6 chapters worth of information. And then, second time, yeah, my computer crashed again and didn't save it. You would think that I would have learned from the first time that happened, but no, that's it. So I lost everything again, and after losing it the first time, it took me a long time to get the courage to start again, because I was so sad. Oh, I was so sad. And then the second time, it took me a couple of years to actually, after the first time. And then after the second time, it took me a couple of years. And then this third time, I started working on it. Maybe the last 2 years, maybe. And it's been heavy because there have been things that I've forgot about that I've been having to readdress. Or address, actually, officially address. Because, previously I've just been hiding from dealing with it. So it had taken me some time. That's the reason why it's taken me a minute to complete this book, but I'm not gonna share the title just yet. Well, I guess I can because it's in my bios, but it's getting back to me. And ultimately, that's what this whole spirituality awakening is, the spiritual awakening. We're awakening to ourselves. We are awakening to our divine selves. And it is a beautiful story. But yeah, so that book, I'm hoping next year. So, yeah, probably next year. Next year I'm gonna be 50. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? I cannot believe that I'm actually going to be 50. But it has been a interesting experience aging. But everyone is born to age and born to die. It is inevitable. So the best thing I can do is to watch how I eat, think, get plenty of sleep, take care of myself, work out, lift weights, and meditate. Because there are people, I think about that all the time, people that I went to high school with who have since died. They will never experience this day. And it's very grounding, like having that understanding and knowledge. It definitely puts things into perspective. It's like, you know what, I want to get upset about this particular thing, but someone isn't here today. I think back to when one of my classmates was killed, shot in high school. I think about him a lot too. Like, he didn't even make it outside of high school. He didn't even get a chance to experience college life or get married and have kids. That's the type of stuff I think about. But yeah, so I'm grateful to see another year. That's a blessing, because there are a lot of people who aren't here. And even my quality of life is still, I have a good quality of life. So, I know I don't really have much like structure in this conversation. It's okay, I'll get better. We'll all look back at this in like a couple of years and we'll say, remember when she was doing her hair on camera and just talking about nothing? Yep. But no, so yeah, 30 said I was gonna do all the stuff that scares me, and I have been consistent with it, even as silly as like getting on a roller coaster. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to do it, I'm gonna have to do it, and I did it. And I did it, and I don't need to do it again. Not that roller coaster. But yeah, life is beautiful when you look at it from a different perspective. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing, is looking at life from a different vantage point. Because you can either look at it as like, oh my gosh, I completely just failed that, or you can just say, you know what? Then that was a lesson. Next time that will happen again. I know I've done that plenty of times. Like, okay, that was a lesson. All right. Next, I don't want to repeat lessons. So I'm like, let me know. Let me just get through this lesson. Excuse me. And let me get to the next space or next phase. I don't know what that was, but they'll be so yeah, so the accountability group, again, I'm still need to figure out like what that name is gonna be. I like having names that are associated with something or have some sort of intention behind it. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I asked AI. I wasn't too excited about what AI gave me, but there are some options. I shared it with the group. And I think some of them I'm like, oh, that's okay, you know, that's all right. But there was nothing that really excited me, so. Excited me. You all know what I'm trying to say. English is not my first language. My first language is that of the stars. But I do joke with people, English is not my first language. My father still corrects me with my English. I just don't speak it well. But no, I really appreciate the 41, 42 people who are following my page. Oh, yeah, thank you for following my page. I appreciate you. The hibiscus extract, I poured it out today. I recorded it. I'll probably put it up as a short or something on YouTube, but maybe, I don't know if I'll share it on my Instagram. I think I want to share it on YouTube since I did the video on YouTube. But yeah, so that's done. So now I can begin making my hibiscus serum again. I have someone reach out to me saying, hey, what's going on with your serum? When are you gonna have that again? So I need to post starting today. The serum is back. Back on the shelves. So I think I am coming to the end of this video because I'm not gonna retwist all of my hair with you all. I think that's a little too much, even for me. Yeah, what else is going on? My birthday is coming up. Birthday is October 12th. You know, disrespectful. Just disrespectful. So that's the one thing with locks. This piece, so I've been locked 7 years, 8 years. It'll be 8 years. I have 2 pieces that are not fully locked. This one I've been trying to lock with a crochet needle, and I have another one over here. It's like the hair is not wanting to assimilate. It is what it is. Yeah, that's another thing too. I'm like, kind of tired of fighting stuff. So I've been learning to surrender a lot more in situations. Because something like in my meditation, this is something that my guides have shown me, is that when you in life are fighting against the current like you are in water, it has the potential to take you out. And we don't need any added stress. So sometimes you just gotta exhale and go with the flow. So I've been really working on that a little bit more and not being like so regimented, although being regimented does help me manage my time. Because I think that a lot of people are like, well, how were you, when I shared what I accomplished this week, my group was like, well, how many hours do you have? I said the same amount of hours Beyonce has, because that's what they said. They're like, what 24 hours or what are you using Beyonce's 24 hours? I can't remember what they said. And I was like, yes. I got the same 24 hours as Beyonce. But I am a stickler with my time. See, my hair likes to tangle, which is one of the reasons why I do locking my hair. Even though my hair is like wavy, curly, I knew it wouldn't take too long to lock my hair. Not including this little guy and the one that's like tucked underneath on the other side. But yeah, you definitely learn quickly with locks to go with the flow. I remember when I first locked my hair, it might have been like year one. Year one, I wondered, what did I do? Because I was like, I do not see this getting any better. And I have no one to blame but myself. I put myself through this. I did this to myself. And that is exactly what I told myself. I'm like, I did this to myself. Nobody else did it. I did it. Nobody else. And then someone like when I was doing my research, watching the lock videos, a lot of the women had talked about their journey, and they're like, look, just give us some time, give us some time, give us some time, just wait it out. You will see it, you will see the growth, just wait it out. And I waited it out. My initial goal was for length was waist length. Maybe initially it was bra strap length, but now Now I'm past that. I'm not sure if I can go any longer though. I definitely want to straighten up the my ends so that everything is the same shape. Because right now they are different lengths. Oops. I don't really like that too much. Right, this goes there. Yeah. Actually, very done yet. I'm not sure, I can't see it, I can't see right. But yeah, so now I have those moments where I'm like, man, I kind of miss my loose natural hair. And then I think about the time that it would take me to do my hair, and I'm like, nah, I think I'm good. Cause this is I do this maybe every 4 weeks. And it takes me about 2 hours, which is about the time that it takes when I go to the salon. I let my hair air dry. And I'm done. And then working out, you just put a scarf on it, go to bed, put a scarf on it. You don't really have to do much. Like in the morning, just like fluff it out, shake it out, and you are done. So having locks saves me a lot of time, which is what I want, I need my time back. I need to reclaim my time. But yeah, I've had a couple of moments where I'm like, maybe I should just cut them all off or comb them out. I've had a couple of friends comb out their locks, and I'm always so curious, like, so what are you gonna do now? You've had like all this freedom where you didn't have to do your hair, and now you have to do your hair again. I had one friend who she combed her locks out after 7 years. Then she went loose natural. Now she's back locked. And then I have another, not a friend, but an associate who has locks, and she just recently cut her hair or combed them out. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. Usually people, when I see them comb out their locks, they put them right back in because they are reminded how much work it is, or it takes to keep your loose natural hair together. That's the one thing I don't miss. Let me share the gel that I'm using. This is what my loctician uses. I haven't been going to see him, so since we moved, well, we moved, it doesn't really matter that we moved, but he is south and I'm downtown now. And so making that time to go south isn't always easy for me. And he was starting to get booked out like pretty fast. So there have been a couple times work got in the way because I was trying to get an early appointment before work. And I would get pulled into a meeting, so then I'd have to reschedule. And that happened just too many times. And he's really booked out. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do my own hair. And so far, so far, so good. Only thing is, I don't like to be in my hair a whole bunch. But usually I'll sit here, listen to podcasts, or like I'm doing now, multitasking, recording while doing my hair, which I'm sorry if you all don't approve of this. Sorry. It's not my problem. I just wanted to get this content out and talk, so that's what I'm doing. This is my channel, and it's stuff that I have to do for myself. You see, I'm stepping up for myself. So if you don't like it, there are other channels. And I don't like to be like that, but it actually is true. But yeah, so then I get in here, and chat with you all. And my 42 subscribers, thank you so much. Let me know what you'd like to see and hear from me. I also do owe a video, a Yarrow video, which maybe I'll record tomorrow and post. Because is tomorrow the 1st? No. Tuesday is the 1st. So maybe I'll record it tomorrow, because I said that I was gonna spend the whole month of September working with Yarrow. Oops. Which is this tea? I don't know how. I got a piece of hair in my tea. Anyway, and I have found Yarrow to be very, very helpful in certain instances, and so I'm gonna share in that video, and then, I may actually pull out my my monograph. In my herbal class, I had to do a monograph on Yarrow. I tucked that in, so it's not sticking out, look at making me look crazy. So I'll share a little bit of that information. And yeah, Yarrow has taught me some things this month. Definitely a lot of reflecting and stepping into action. And I don't know if that's like a spiritual property of Yarrow, but that's what this month has really been for me. So I'm gonna share that on a video. But yeah, for those of you who are following, thank you again. Feel free to let me know if there's anything you all want me to discuss. I do have some upcoming things. Oh, let me share this real quick before I go. I'm gonna provide a shameless plug. This is my rosemary mint hair oil from Sage House Apothecary, which is amazing. It is the bomb. So after I finish retwisting my hair, I'm gonna put this oil on my scalp. I'm going to draw it into my locks and the ends. I love this oil, and I've actually improved it. So the recipe is a little different now, and it's great for your hair. I've had people comment about how it's helped with their hair growth, and their hairdresser or beauticians give them compliments on how healthy their scalp looks, or I should say their scalp looks, and how healthy their hair is looking. So you might want to grab some of that, okay? But yeah, just don't attribute the oil to this thing. It just does not want to walk. You see that? Stubborn. It's okay. I'm gonna get you. But yeah, I am done. I'm not gonna finish this side with you all. It's been a long time I've been chatting, but thank you all for hanging with me during this time. I appreciate it. And there's more to come, and I'm looking forward to doing it with you. Again, Sage House Apothecary. Focus on wellness with intention. That's what we do here. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day.